Hey, what's up guys, this is LJ here, Lawrence James coming at you with a Tristana AD carry guide. I absolutely love Tristana. She's super fun to play and she's really strong late game, and so you have the ability to carry games. If you get kills early on her, you're able to make use of those kills and potentially carry a game, which is really good for solo queue. The reset on her W makes her team fighting ability really strong, and she has really good escape mechanics with flash and her W combo. That's something that a lot of AD carries wish they had. I know Ezreal is like another example of somebody that has that, but being able to jump over any single wall because her jump distance is so far, it's really nice, especially with flash. You're really a safe farmer, and her range scales into late game, making her like one of the safest AD carries you could possibly play. And her damage is just absolutely absurd when she gets to late game. The way that I like to run her, I run her 21-9-0. The 9 in defense is to give you that scaling health into late game and the extra armor for early game laning. And the 21 in offense is pretty self-explanatory, just to give you the extra damage that you need for late game. And for early game, for all throughout the game, 21 in offense is really good. The runes that I'm running attack damage reds, armor yellows, magic resist scaling blues, and quints are lifesteal. The thing about Tristana is her early levels, her levels like 1 through 6 are really strong, are just as strong as any other AD carry, and her late game is super strong. The issue with Tristana is her mid game is not the greatest. She doesn't scale very well in mid game, and so the way that I play her, I play to completely skip over mid game and go right from early game to late game. And how I do that is with my build and my playstyle. I play very aggressive early and hopefully pick up kills, and then go right into a late game build and completely skip over mid. Now how I can do that is by skipping Vamp Scepter. That's like one of the easiest ways to do it. But I would not suggest doing this on any other champion besides like maybe Ashe off the top of my head, because like lifesteal is really important. You couldn't do it without the Quints either, because you definitely need lifesteal. But if you could go right into an Infinity Edge on Tristana, it's really strong. Here we're going to start with our E, and we actually max that first. So that's what we're maxing first here. It's really strong. It's an interesting ability because the way that it explodes the passive onto the other minions. Here we get knocked up by Nami, both of us, and we take a lot of poke damage, but I'm able to land my E onto MF, and Sona's able to harass with the auto attacks and Q, and we're able to get some nice poke in. Here I see Nami trying to bubble me probably, and I'm just running away because my support was going to ward, so I'm just being extra careful here. Here they tried to bubble me and they miss. MF is only level 1 here and I'm level 2, so I'm probably thinking to engage. And I jump right in, I land my E onto MF, I get exhausted and ignited, I pop barrier, and with Sona damage we're able to pick up that kill. I get a reset on my W and go ahead and jump right in onto Nami. Sona go ahead and tanks the minions, and we pick up that kill and we get a double kill right there. So really good. There's a few reasons why I decided to go in right there on the MF. And one of the reasons was Nami, first of all, she missed her bubble, so I knew she had no CC to follow up on my initiation there. So I go ahead and I W in on MF, who was only level 1 at the time, even though as soon as I landed, she turned level 2. So it really didn't help me that much, but that was one of the main reasons why I engaged there. And we were able to take that down, and I was still able to keep my flash. And only Nami was able to keep the flash. So here I was going to go back with the Sona, because I can't do much 1 versus 2. And I want to spend that gold that I just got, all that gold. But instead I go ahead and push as much as I can, because I was going to lose all this CS to these minions here, and I just want to push it to the tower and then back out. Nami tries to land her bubble, but I'm able to jump away before. You have to make sure that you jump away instantly, right? Because if Nami lands her bubble on you, as you're jumping in the air, it screws up your jump, and you don't go anywhere, and it's on cooldown. So you can get completely screwed by that. I've been screwed by that plenty of times, trust me. So you just have to have fast reactions. So as you can see, I was talking about skipping the Vamp Scepter, and that's exactly what we did here. We went ahead and we bought a pickaxe and boots. And so that's going to be really good. If we can go right into an Infinity Edge, like I was saying, that's going to provide us really good mid-game damage and just scale us really hard into late game. And what did the MF buy? The MF bought nothing, so we're really ahead right now, and I definitely want to engage if I can. And so when Nami misses her bubble or something strange happens, that's exactly what we're going to do. So talking about the explosive shot. Learning how to last hit with the explosive shot is really strange, because it makes it a little harder, because the minions, they take like splash damage from the passive. So it's really strange. You don't want any of the minions to get to the tower. Once these minions get to the tower, it's really hard to last hit. So you can see I tanked the minions a little bit. in front of my tower, so my tower doesn't switch to the minions. On any other champion, on any other AD carry champion at least, it's pretty simple to last hit on your turret, but it's really hard with Tristana, especially since you're maxing your E first. That like puts a lot of damage out there. So here I'm trying to look to engage because we're just so far ahead. Nami misses her bubble, so now I really want to go in. I go ahead and I jump in on MF, but unfortunately Zach was down here at the same time, so he E's in on me and I flash away to avoid any damage. And now I'm just looking to maybe fight them because they have all their stuff on cooldown, and I can kind of just poke them and mess them up. Here's Sona's trying to ward here. Probably not a good idea. Yeah, unfortunately Zach was still here, and she lands a bubble onto my Sona, and they just go right onto my Sona here. I was auto-attacking the MF to try to negate as much damage as possible. That's something I see a lot of AD carries mess up on. They don't know when to back up and when to turn to fight. And right there, I just turned to fight on the MF, even though nothing became of it. In another situation, if the same thing happens, I might even be able to pick up this kill on an MF, and that would be really good for our team. I would be able to turn the game completely. So you notice I probably had enough money to buy something, but I don't. Or I actually don't have that much money, but I could have bought like a longsword or something. But instead, I'm just saving for my BF sword. A lot of times when you go back, you're not really like... You have, like, everything may not go to plan in your build order. You may not go back with the perfect amount of gold that you wanted for a certain item. And you kind of have to make a choice of, do I want to change that build or do I want to continue with that build? And different scenarios are going to call for different things. If you start losing, you may want to change up your build order a little bit, but... Generally speaking, I tend not to do that. If I go back and I don't have enough money for an item, first of all, I'll try not to go back, right? I'll try not to go back if I can and save for that item. But if I go back, if I'm forced to go back, or I die, or just any way I have to go back with not enough gold, sometimes I'll just come back to lane with nothing. I'll buy nothing, and I'll just wait. And sometimes that's the smart move to make, and that's what I did here. We're still 2-0. The CS is pretty even. MF is definitely a little bit ahead. She's 6 up on me, so... but that's okay. That's because I lost a lot of minions from the gank, but that happens sometimes. We're still ahead in damage, a little bit. Actually, no, we're a little bit behind in damage because she has a longsword and a Vamp Scepter. So we're pretty even right now. But here I'm just attacking. I'm turning to attack them because our minion wave is pushing onto their turret, and I know that they're not going to be able to turn that. Unfortunately, Kale comes in to gank us at the same time. I jump away to avoid them slowing me and owning me since I don't have flash or anything. I turn and attack the Kale a little bit, and Sona has to exhaust the Kale to get away, and she has to flash at the same time Nami flashes to land the bubble. And we get out of there relatively okay. Sona had the flash, and as you can see, they're really focusing hard on ganking bottom. And they kind of have to. That's smart by the other team. Because I'm 2-0. If they know, if they just let us lane 2 versus 2 versus the MF Nami, then we're probably just going to snowball the game really hard and just completely carry. So they have to kind of stop us. And you can see here I'm playing very passive. I'm not doing anything because I'm very scared that Zach is still down here. And he is. Holy crap. Yeah, he's in that bush. So we have no wards. I'm just assuming that he's down here probably because we don't see him anywhere else on the map. And I know when you're an AD carry and you're under your turret, you have to be really careful because that's detrimental to the game. If they kill you under the turret with a big wave, then that's really hard to deal with. So as you can see, I tank the minions a little bit. They do knock up my Sona, and they jump right in, and now they are turret typing. So I'm on MF at first. I see Zach ulting, and I ult him away so he can't ult me, and the turret is able to switch to him and kill him. So I pick up those kills really fast, and now I'm thinking about turning on someone. I don't know who to jump on, so I jump onto the Nami because the turret's on him. I get exhausted, so I'm not doing much damage. I pop barrier, and I'm able to pick up that kill, and MF has to flash out because the turret swapped to her and would have killed her as well, and I probably would have got a triple off that. But we are able to pick up a double. And there's a few things that we did here, and we could have done a few differently, but I see a lot of people that play Tristana, they don't know how to use her ult properly. A lot of people just use it as kind of a last hitting thing. When they get low, they just want to, you know, finish them off with an ultimate, which is okay. In certain situations, you need to do that because, you know, you never know, they might escape or something. But the way that I like to use the ultimate is use it as a positioning tool. And like, so you can see Zach was ulting here. If he would have landed on me, then I would have been knocked up, and he might have been he would have gotten away actually, because even if the turret had killed him right here, his blob would have been over here and not in turret range, and he would have escaped that. So I ulted him back towards the turret, and there's no way that he's going to be able to escape that death. And once he is passive procced, the turret automatically switches to his passive, so I was able to pick that up. And then I jumped onto Nami because I knew I was going to get a kill there. Unfortunately, I wanted to kill the Nami a little bit faster so that I could get another reset on my W, and then I'd be able to jump in on the MF and possibly do something. Maybe even a triple kill. But I got exhausted, and unfortunately that didn't happen. But we are able to pick up a double, so we did make something out of the gank. It was kind of like an even gank almost, but I did lose a lot of CS to the turret, so I am behind in CS quite a bit. Here, Sona is ward baiting. You can see she normal warded that so Nami could kill it. That's definitely a ward bait. So I jump in, and now I position the ult away so Nami's not able to flash. Like you can see, just as I was talking about the position, I jump in and slow the Nami with my W, and then I knock Nami back here because Nami's not going to be able to flash over here. If I wait and save my ultimate, then maybe she can get to this wall and flash over, and then we're completely screwed and we're not going to get the kill on her. So if I ult her this way, then there's no way she's going to be able to flash any direction that we're not going to be able to catch her. That was the only way she was going to escape. So here I pushed it to the turret as fast as possible, and then come help my team do dragon. And now we're 5-1-0. We're definitely behind a little bit in CS. She's going to be a little bit ahead, but we have a dragon now, and I'm up a ton of kills, so we have a decent amount of gold. I'm probably thinking about trying to push this one more time. Maybe I'm close to getting a certain item, and I don't have enough. I'm probably pretty close to IE at this point. So you can see the explosive shot is really nice when you're trying to clear waves because you're able to get that passive splash damage and push the wave extremely fast. Here I go back in the bush and just go back since I know this isn't warded. That I know they won't stop me. And we'll see what I buy. So I can build an IE, which is great. 11 minute 30 into the game. That's really strong. So if I would have went Vamp Scepter, I wouldn't have been able to get this. And now our mid game is actually going to be quite strong with an IE. And we'll be okay. The skill order. Okay, so I actually max different things than most people do that play Tristana. The way I do it is I max my E first. Everyone does that. But then most people don't even level anything in Q until they have to. They'll usually just level their rocket jump second. But I don't even want to level the rocket jump second because I don't think it's that great to max it. It's a nice reset ability. It resets no matter what. So in my opinion, it's better to max the rapid fire, because you just get a ton of attack damage from it and it provides a lot of stuff. So here's another ward, and Sona may be trying to ward bait this again, which she does. She normal wards it again, and she knows that's going to die, but I'm able to jump in here and land my W slow on the Nami. Now I flash over the Nami ultimate, ult her away, and kill her very fast. Now I switch back over here. She gets a Sona ult off, and now we're just able to kill this MF. We're just picking up this kill. Yep, this is pretty easy for us. So now we go ahead and pick that kill up. I get the reset on my W. I jump back in just because I'm going crazy at this point, but we pick up those kills really easy. There's a few things here. So like the ward bait, she's done that. Sona's done that twice now. And that is one of the best ways to initiate a fight in lane is by ward baiting. If you know they have vision wards on them, they're going to want to protect that vision ward. So if you know where they put it, then you can just ward on top of that and they're going to want to kill it or protect their vision ward somehow. So you can just get a free fight that way. So here, I'm just pushing up these minions because I'm letting my own minions kill this tower, and now MF is losing all that CS to the tower. Like, I see a lot of people, they'll just push that tower instead. But if you can, just move on, push the next wave, and let all these minions die to the turret, so that way they can't CS it. They won't get the gold from those minions. But make sure that you know how much health the turret has precisely, and like the fact that you're still able to kill the turret. You don't want to just let all the minions die and then not be able to kill the turret. So that was like a perfect situation in which the turret was low enough where it killed all the minions, and I was just able to hit it one more time and the turret died. So now, instead of finishing off my boots, I go right for a Zeal, because I probably want to rush a Phantom Dancer. I know I need to carry this game, probably, because my team's not doing amazing. They're not doing bad at all, but I still need to be able to carry it because I'm so far ahead. So going to Zeal early and possibly a Phantom Dancer early is a really strong build. What does the MF have? So the MF is kind of have a strange build right now. She's very far behind and she knows it, so she's building different items. She's probably looking to go Infinity Edge now too to try to catch up. But so at this point in the game, you just want to kind of push this lane up and then go do something. So I'll push the lane every time it comes here, and then I'll go look to do something. I'll go do their race. I'll go do red. I'll go push mid and try to help get that turret or something. But here, Sona gets caught and Zac jumps in on her. I lay my E onto Zac, and I'm just auto-attacking. I use Rapid Fire. I jump away from the Nami ult to try to avoid it. Unfortunately, they're just, with red buff, they're just too much damage there, and they're able to pick up our Sona pretty easily. And now I'm going in 1 versus 2, which may not be the smartest idea, especially since my W is down. I get hit by the Zac E and the bubble. I pop barrier, and now I'm able to pop the Zac passive, but that's not a ton of damage for us, unfortunately. And Sejani's jumping in from the backside. I jump away from the Nami so I don't die. And hopefully, maybe Sejani's able to pick this up. Sujani's able to pick it up, so we do get an assist for that, and hopefully Sujani's able to make it out of here. So we do... Yep. Well, hopefully she gets out. But, yep, she's gonna get out. Okay, so we did make something out of the Sona kill, so we got something for it. But, that's like a lot of, like, scenario. Like, right there, it probably would have been... Maybe it would have been smarter for me to just run away instead of trying to fight them, but I'm so strong right now that I think it's probably a good enough scenario for me to fight them. And so you can see I'm still building part of the Phantom Dancer. I haven't gone into Berserker Boots yet, which isn't... It really just depends how much gold you go back with. I had enough gold to definitely buy boots, but if I can build this part of this Phantom Dancer, then I know I'm going to scale really well into late game. So like I said, since my lane was pushing over here, and I'm not able to farm all that yet because of the position of the wave, I just go mid instead and farm as much minions as I can, and then I'll go back to bottom. A lot of playing AD carry is like knowing where to be at what time. So now I know MF is all alone, and I'm probably thinking about fighting her here. I'm 2 levels up on her, so I should be able to win this. I go ahead and I W in. I miss my W there. I don't land my W on him, which is really bad. And MF has Ignite. I ult the MF away, and the MF flashes right in on top of me. And unfortunately, I die, so that's not good. So there's a few things that went really wrong here. First of all, I missed my W on MF, so I didn't get a slow on her, which was really bad. She would have had a flash away right away as soon as I W'd. The other thing is she had Ignite. And MF is actually really good one-on-one, so that was really bad for me to die there, because now MF got shutdown gold, and she kind of just got back in the game from that. I could have just been safer and like jumped over here, and then just went and farmed at my turret. That probably would have been the safer thing to do, but I thought I should have won that, and I probably should have if I played it better. You could see I ulted her away at that precise time, because I know my auto attack range is higher than hers. So I'm able to auto attack her at a range, and that's why she had to flash in on top of me. So it wasn't a complete waste. At least we made her flash, but we had to bury her there, and it was still a 1-for-1, so not completely horrible. So again, we're just looking to do something on the map. Like the fact that we're this fed, we always need to be doing something. Oh, here they're trying to protect her ward, and we're able to kill the Nami here, I think. Yeah, we're able to pick up the Nami pretty easily. A really good Sona ult. I pop my W, I get the W reset, and now this should be an easy dragon for us, because all 5 of our team members are down here, and Nami just got caught. So that's what I was saying. Like, a lot of supports in solo queue, they really, like, they feel like they must protect their wards. Like, that's, like, all their income, right? Because they barely have any income. So that's, like, one of the easiest ways to force a fight. That's just a tip if you're playing support or something. You want to force a fight. Or if you have a ward, you could really do that in any type of scenario. But now it looks like I'm headed over to Wolves. You always want to be farming something. So since I push this lane as far as I can go without risking a death, I just go farm something. Oh, so Johnny went and farmed the Wolves, which is fine. So then now I'll just go mid instead and look to see what I can do there. Since we already have this turret down, it's actually not great for me to go mid, but there's really nowhere else for me to go because since we already got that tower. We don't want to pressure too hard down here because if we do get caught out, then it's really hard for us to have any sort of protection, and we're really exposed when we go for tier 2 towers. But we're still able to push on really hard. You can see the damage output that I'm able to have. And I actually finished Berserker Boots there. So I finished Berserker Boots after I died to MF. And that's mainly because I want to roam around the map at this part of the game. And so now I'm able to finish the Phantom Dancer. So that's what I was talking about before, when I was talking about earlier, when you go back with a certain amount of gold and you don't know, sometimes you'll alter your build. I was probably originally just wanting to go Phantom Dancer and just keep my level 1 boots, but since I went back and I died, I figured, what the heck, I might as well get the Berserker Greaves and then just farm up until I can get the Phantom Dancer, instead of like just farming a little bit and then going back and getting the Phantom Dancer with the level 1 boots. So I chose this route instead. And we still don't have a Scepter, and we're 19 minutes in the game and we have an Infinity Edge and a Phantom Dancer, so we're definitely ahead. But this is how I like to play Tristana. When I'm playing well, this is like the correct build order. If you can get this build order in this amount of time, then you can pretty much kill anyone in the game, and you're going to scale really hard into late game. And after you get these 2 items, you can kind of change up your build depending on what you want, what your team needs. I'm not sure what I build this game, but generally, like, building a Last Whisper after this gives you like insane damage. Or you can go GA and be defensive. So here I know they don't have this warded, because just by the way that Nami's walking and with Sona damage. And you can just see, like, the fact that I maxed Rapid Fire right there. You see how fast I was attacking? With Phantom Dancer and Rapid Fire, it just makes you so strong. And this is what I'm talking about when we want a good mid game. if you don't have rapid fire, your mid game's a little bit worse, for sure. Like, rapid fire is a really good item. Once you get Phantom Dancer, it like, they synergize really well together. And you can see with explosive shot, it's really easy to farm lanes, like especially when you get to late game. So here I don't know where they are, and we pretty much just push the lane up to here, to this area, and then we back off and we go wherever. Right now we're up 20 kills to 10, and we are 10-2-1. Now we're just looking to go mid and see where we can possibly force a fight. We're so strong right now. But here, I'm not sure. Jace is trying to kill. Jace got caught and he knows he's dead, so he's just doing as much damage as he can on the tower. But he was definitely overextended. Here I'm able to jump in on the Kayle. Kayle has to blow her ultimate almost instantly, and we're able to jump in on her and just pick up a kill pretty easily. Nami wastes her ult, and I W away from that bubble there to avoid that. Now we're probably just looking to push onto this tower. The fact that we have 2 of them dead, we can get a lot of damage out on this turret. So unfortunately I take a turret hit there, but that's okay. And we're just going to pressure this turret as much as we can. We're probably thinking about diving, but we don't have enough people here. If we had our Sujani here, it was possible. So now Zach jumps in, but with the heals from Sona and Italy, I'm able to kind of tank that damage and just apply pressure back to them. Nidalee is thinking about jumping in onto, she's chasing down the Nami, so I want to come over here and support her as much as I can, even though I don't, this is probably a bad idea. But Nami wastes her bubble, so I'm able to jump in freely pretty much without having any ACS, but I don't do enough damage to kill them. Nidalee throws a nice spear and forces Nami to flash, but now Nidalee has to flash the Zac. I turn onto MF, but Kayle follows it up, and I need to flash away out of there. And now I'm just trying to protect the Nidalee, but unless Nidalee avoids that, which she does, but Zac flashes, oh no, Kayle flashes in, and Kayle is not going to be able to pick up that kill. Vlad comes in from the backside. Now that they've blown a lot of cooldowns on me and Nidalee, Vlad should be able to pick up a couple kills there. So she picks up that kill, and Zac's passive as well. So now we're able to pick up that kill as well. We pick up the kill on Nami, and at the same time, I'm picking up kills on Zac. So I came in from the backside, and I did a lot of damage there. That was good. And now I'm trying to go back to stop the Jace, because the Jace is just free pushing up top. And so we'll see where that takes us. I go back and I buy a chain vest and a, what is this, Negatron cloak. And I'm looking to build a GA just because I'm so far ahead. So now I turn on to Jace, and Jace knows there's no way that, again, that he's going to be able to get out of this alive, and we pick up that kill super easily. So he just sits there and dies, because he is 2-9-1. And so pretty much the only way he's going to get back in the game is just by pushing towers. I didn't even realize he was that far behind. Wow, yeah, so he's really far behind. He's been ganked a lot by Sujani. Sujani really focused on top lane, which is really good for our team. He didn't have to come bottom at all. Sujani, I'm not even sure if he came bottom once this game. And look at how fed I am. And that's really good for your team. When you can get this fed and you don't need the jungler's help, that's really good for your solo queue win ratio. So we're just looking to finish off the GA. The CS, I have 160. MF has 128, so we've gotten ahead of her CS. Now I know Zac is going to have to come up here and farm, and so I'm able to swap onto him. And now I tried to dodge the E, but I'm not able to. Kayle jumps in right in on me, and now I'm getting ulted and completely owned, but I do as much damage as I can to the Kayle before I die. Sona gets off an ult, but not in time before the Zac's able to escape, but Nidalee's going to try to chase that down. I might have been able to play that a little better, but that's okay. We're 13-3-3, and we're just looking to finish off that GA. And once we do that, we'll have a really nice survivability level. My team is fed enough where I can go ahead and go GA, and it's not going to hurt our damage that much. The fact that I have the IE Phantom Dancer is like the most damage output items that we need right now. Last Whisper is a really good item for late game, but looking at their builds, they don't have a ton of armor at all, actually. And so Last Whisper is not necessarily needed. Even though it would still help my damage, it's still not needed. And so like when you're building items, you always need to be looking at what they're building. If they were building more armor, then there's a very good chance that instead of going GA at this time, I would instead go Last Whisper. And you can we still don't have a Vamp Scepter. We're still relying on that the Quince for the lifesteal and the lonely little Doran's Blade, but that pretty much doesn't do much at this level. And so now we know they don't have a ward on Baron, and I know that I can kill his Baron almost instantly. So I help tank it a little bit with the lifesteal quints and the heals that I'm getting from my team. And we're just kind of soloing it, us three, without our jungler. And this is another like interesting tactic, because they see the jungler bottom because he was farming bottom, the other team, and they're like, well, they're probably not doing Baron, because why would they do that without a jungler, right? So if you think about little things like that, then you can make plays in solo queue. That kind of stuff is important. And since we had a vision ward for it, we knew that they didn't have it warded. So now after we take Baron, we're just looking to force as much pressure as possible. You can see that while I'm playing this game, or I'm going back right now, I probably have enough for GA. And we're able to take Dragon as well. We've done really good job at taking objectives this game, which is really important in solo queue. Zach's trying to jump in on my team, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get anything on this. No, it's kind of over diving, but very they might actually get something. Yeah, they knock up the Vlad, which is a good knock-up. And they jump in onto the Sona and kill the Sona. And a really good Kayle ult, actually. That was really strong. But they're going to have to get out of there now, probably. Oh, Vlad picks up a double kill there. So I do finish off the GA. And now I jump in. He's able to pick up a triple kill. And we're looking to just kill the MF. And you can just see I just chunked her in like 2 hits. And Nidalee picks it up with a spear. So we're 13-3-4. And now we're just looking to push on now that we've killed a bunch of them. And you can see Jace is still trying to split push, because this is pretty much all he can do. He's not going to be useful in a team fight, so he's just going to have to split push. But since he's split pushing, we can just tank the tower with very little minions and just push onto their base. We might have enough time to end this. I'm not sure, depending on how we... No, probably not. But maybe we'll try. So here he pretty much just solos the Nami. I don't even get an auto attack off on him. But we need to be a little careful. I land an E onto Kayle because it still does really nice harass damage. And I'm just auto-attacking and trying to avoid as much CC as possible. I flash over there to avoid the Zac E. And I try to land as much damage as possible. They do pop my GA, and I'm pretty much all alone here. I don't have any support from the team because they jumped away. So I jump in on the Kayle and try to do as much damage as possible. Please die. Die. Ah, no, so he's going to live. So that was really not good by us. That was what we'd like to call the solo queue throw. And I was a little bit of a culprit there. I probably thought that we might have been able to turn it, but unfortunately they all kind of came back at the same time. I flashed right here, like I was saying, to avoid the Zac E, I think. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure why I flashed there, but I think that was why. But now we just need to group up and try to finish this game. They don't have many towers, and they don't have any objectives, so we're definitely way ahead in gold right now. Yeah, we're actually like we're like 15k up. And so like, you need to be careful when you throw. When you're the culprit of throwing, you have to be really careful, because that kind of stuff makes a huge difference in solo queue. Because like one death at this time matters a lot more than a death early on in the game. So Soda's able to pick up that kill on Kayle, which is really good for us. And now my GA is popped, which is unfortunate. But now I get a pickaxe, so I'm looking to build that LW now that they've gotten some armor. And basically just to scale you into late game, which is really good. So we are 13-4-4. And we are up a ton of gold. I'm still farming. You never want to stop farming on the AD carry, no matter what time in the game, no matter how many... I mean, obviously, I guess if you're full items, then you don't want to be farming as much as possible, but that's really late game. You can just see how much damage we're doing on our auto attacks. We're able to push up the as much as possible. I want to push this tower, but I'm just kind of forcing Zac and the MF to defend these towers while Vlad picks up that tower. And now I'm thinking about killing this tower, but Kayle has... She flies in from with home guard, and she's going to be able to stop us probably. I jump away to try to avoid as much damage as possible. I'm staying as far range as possible while attacking whoever I can. So I'm attacking Zac because he's the front line and he's who I'm going to attack. I see Kayle's really low, and I'm probably wanting to get a kill on one of them because I know that I'll be able to get a reset on my W and possibly get a triple. But I take a lot of damage there, but with Nidalee's heals, I'm able to stay up. But the home guard and the Kayle damage, I might be in trouble here, so I ult. I'm able to pick up that kill, but I do die for it. So here they jump in onto my team, and hopefully Nidalee's able to get away. Vlad has already pooled, so he's kind of in trouble, and it looks like Jace is going to be able to live there. And Sujani comes in with a nice ultimate, and maybe we're going to be able to turn this. So Sujani's able to pick up that kill, and now we turn onto the Zac. And Nidalee comes back to save the day, and hopefully doesn't damage. And nice, she picks up the double kill. And now this should be a pretty easy end for us. Hopefully. Let's see what happens here. Can they kill the Jace? No, they cannot kill the Jace. But we're able to pick up that turret. And now it's just really easy, and hopefully we just end the game right here. But we end the game 14-5-4. And we actually did finish our LW, so we do have a ton of damage for late game. But that's how you kind of want to play Tristana. You play her really aggressive early game, preferably. And then just kind of skip over mid game and scale yourself into late game. And then carry the game from there. So thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe.